The Yamaha Tenere 700 has a flaw in it, and that is the exhaust here if you plan on going off-road. If you tip this over and you have not taken any steps to protect it, it will become a problem in bending here. Here's a couple of ways that you can correct that problem and keep this from bending into the swing arm. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. If you haven't done it yet, do that thing down below. All right, if you know anything about the Yamaha Tenere 700, you already know that this exhaust is a problem if you don't do anything to protect it and you're planning to go off-road. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can go about doing that, and I'm gonna walk through why I've chosen to do what I'm gonna do and what those others are and why I didn't go with those. So to start with, the easiest thing to do is if you're planning to go adventure riding and run luggage is put a rack on here. But the problem I found with the racks is most of them move the weight from being centered over these mounting points back a little bit, and they also bring it away from the bike, making the bike quite wide, which adds a leverage point. And since this already has a top-heavy feel to it, it's gonna create that point of no return in tipping to be even a less of an angle if you've got weight hanging off here for that leverage. So adding a rack, not really something I wanted to do. The other option is replace this exhaust. Now, there are essentially 3 different types of replacement exhaust that you can do with this. Camel ADV has one where you cut the hanger and then put a new hanger that they have and a higher exhaust. I don't really like the idea of cutting the hanger, so that is not what I wanted to go with. It's a great exhaust system. I just didn't want to cut the frame on a brand new bike. The other options is the HP Course and the Hussar, which are very, very similar designs. They tuck up under the fender here, but what I didn't like about them is they have a bracket that attaches under the fender. So there's some other accessories that come with that you can get for the Tenere that bolt up under there, and I didn't want the exhaust to be bolted in that spot. And then this hanger is not used at all. So I did find one exhaust system, one muffler can replacement that still uses this stock hanger, and that is the DominatoR high exhaust. So that's what I have gone with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some sound levels with the stock exhaust to give you an idea of what that's like, and then with the new DominatoR, do the installation. It's pretty simple. There's one bolt here and then the clamp down on the header where the header comes out, so there's not a lot to it. So I'll do that. I probably won't show the exhaust unless I run into any problems that I think is worth sharing. So if this is something you're interested in to see what the DominatoR looks like, what it sounds like, and if you think it's a better option than the others, then we'll go through that. So let's get to it. I'm in the garage just to get out of the sun, and here is the DominatoR exhaust. So there's this bracket here that will go on the existing bracket, which is good because this goes on the inside. And then there's some spots here to take off the heat shield off the original exhaust and put on here, and then they've got their own little heat shield there. So it feels fairly light to me. I don't have a scale, so I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact weight. I do expect it to save a few pounds over the stock one. So I'll give you my best estimate, but without having a scale, it's gonna be kind of tough. So I'm gonna get this started, and then I will show you what this looks like all done. I have about 30 miles on the exhaust. I don't have a lot of time. I'm just doing what I can and to get the initial feel of it. So just, you can see how much slimmer the bike is. The other exhaust stuck out to about here. Everything is tucked in. With the original tail, the exhaust goes above the light, the signal, and then it doesn't hit my bag. So there's plenty of flow there. If you have a tail tighty, this might be a problem. It might hit your indicator here. You may have to come up with some sort of bracket in order to go around that. I measured the exhaust level with the old one, and it was right around, I think, averaging around 75 dB, and then it would peak around 79 or 80. At least that's what the app that I have was reading. And then I did the exact same thing with this exhaust, and it was very, very similar. It was averaging around 75 dB, and it peaked a little over 80. Now, I don't know if that's the actual sound levels, but what's important is I used the same app, and so from a comparison standpoint, which is really what I was after, this isn't any louder. It's just that the tones, it's a little bit deeper coming out, which I've been riding some curves up to where I'm at now, and it was been a lot of fun coming out of the corner and just laying on the throttle and hearing that rumble that I like out of a bike, where the previous exhaust was pretty quiet. You didn't hear a lot out of it compared to this. And there was also weight savings from it. So with that being said, I think this is a great solution with the way that it mounts, with the sound that comes out of it, and how narrow it is, and keeping the bike narrow and not becoming a problem spot for the exhaust if the bike goes over. Again, like I said in the beginning, I really like how this mounts. Sounds great. I picked it up, if you're interested, I picked it up on eBay. I think even with shipping and handling is about $400. That you just have to go through and look for DominatoR Tenere, and you'll find it. I can't really leave a link, because any link I leave, if they sell out, it's not going to function. So look for it on eBay. Anyway, that's the exhaust. That's what I've done to fix a problem here, get the bike sounding a bit better. And it might just be psychological, but I feel like there's a little bit more throttle response in it, and it feels like it's made it a little more fun. Again, it's probably just psychological. So anyway, if you got to the end, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. If you've also done this modification, leave your experience in the comments below as well. I'd like to hear what everybody else is experiencing with this exhaust or the others, and if you have pros and cons of why you did that over others. So please leave that in the comments below for anyone else who's considering doing an exhaust upgrade. Anyway, thanks for watching. Get out, do some riding, ride safe, and I will see you out there.